Thank you for having me. It's nice to meet you. I also brought, in case you didn't have, I brought an extra copy of my resume.
Oh,
If
wonderful.
You wanted to
Thank
just
you.
use it as a reference.
Thank you. So, let's get this started then. Do you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm, as you know, a recent graduate of Ithaca College's DPT program.
Mm-hmm.
But for undergrad, I also had an athletic training background.
Oh,
So
great.
I have a pretty strong understanding of general orthopedic conditions from injury to return to play. But in grad school, I found a passion for neurological conditions, more complicated conditions that you have to devote more time to work through, but they have very fulfilling results.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me about some of your strengths and weaknesses.
As a strength, I do see my background and being a recent graduate as a strength because I'm much more up to date than some practitioners right now with the current knowledge and rehab information that we have. And that's very crucial since this is such an evolving field. I believe that in a condition that needs a lot of attention, you need to be on point with all of your information.
That's definitely important, and I think that's something that we'll benefit from. What about weaknesses that you see in yourself?
The majority of my experiences because of athletic training have been general orthopedic. I do have an experience where I was in a skilled nursing facility, subacute care, where I did get to work with a below-the-knee amputation patient.
Mm-hmm.
And I assisted with CVA patients. I didn't get a lot of hands-on time with them. But orthopedics isn't the same as neurological rehab. But with the AT background, you think on your feet more and you have to change the plan very quickly. And I think that can help, but overall the ortho might be a different mindset. Might have to change my thinking for
That's
this.
true, but we do see ortho patients here, so it is good
Okay.
to have an extensive background. So what interests you about this job, specifically with your ortho background? Why choosing neuro? I know you kind of mentioned having come across it in school, but...
After working with the first few neuro patients that I worked with and learning more about it, I realized that this is a place where I would really enjoy being, so I researched some top therapists, and your practice came up. Congratulations for that also.
Thank you.
And I like the comprehensive plan that you have for your amputee patients, how you meet with them before, like right immediately after, and then once
Mhm.
they're able to come to an outpatient clinic, they come right to you for a very extended period of time, multiple days a week. And for the neuro patients, I liked the time frame, how you said at around 12 weeks for each patient.
Mhm.
I think that setting that goal really sets a high standard for the rehab that you provide these patients, because it's not going to be a quick fix. And knowing that you're willing to stay with it the whole time really made me feel like you're very passionate about this.
Great. So I know you touched upon this in a few points, but any other specific experiences that you think have prepared you for this job, other than the brief encounters with patients who have had CVAs and some other neurological conditions you've seen?
I did spend a lot of time at that clinical experience with a gentleman with Parkinson's.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we believed he had Parkinson's,
Yeah.
but the neurological testing came back negative. He had all of the telltale signs, so I spent a lot of time working with him, and that was very good experience in patient's development, because for me and for him, because he wanted to get better and believed he could get better, but he had reached his full potential. So you have to be there as mental support for the patients as well. And that was a good experience for me
Definitely. It provides a unique challenge to work with patients of that subpopulation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself, or where would you like to be?
I would like to stay in a neuro-type setting, but I would also somehow like to incorporate the athletic training back into it, because
Okay.
that was such a long time of my life spent with that, but neuro is just so fascinating and so rewarding that I don't know if I could ever move out of it once I'd started with it.
What about any education you'd like to indulge in or pursue in this time period, 3 to 5 years?
I would definitely like to continue learning more about neurological conditions, because in our classes we learn how to evaluate them and we learn like the physiology behind it, but we don't always learn a lot about the social aspects of it. So I'd like to see like return to function. I would like to learn more about that and how you can use other clinicians
Great,
to
great.
help.
Do you have any questions for us before we depart?
I have one that really sticks out with me. I have a couple, but this one I'll ask first.
All right, sounds good. Shoot.
I noticed that you're big into Pilates, and you said that a lot of different patients will use it. Do you try to incorporate that in all of your patient care?
So we feel that some patients fit a great model for Pilates. Not all of them qualify or at a high enough function for Pilates. So it's basically a case by case basis.
Okay.
We like to kind of incorporate this holistic approach to healing in as many patients as possible, and whatever works for them. And Pilates seems to be something I've found works quite well for patients who are, a fit candidate for the Pilates.
I respect the holistic approach. It's never just one thing that is the issue.
Do you have anything else for me today?
Not right now.
All
That's
right.
pretty much everything.
Thank you. It was nice to meet
Thank
with
you.
you.
Do you mind if I take a business card?
Not at all. I got one right here.
Thank you. Have a good day.